6-year-old kid just.
I don't know what happened. I told you that. I didn't do nothing to him. All I know that he went to sleep last night, and he was stay asleep. He was breathing. I put him in the tub, me and my son. He was still breathing. When I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, he was dead.
You even told the dispatcher.
Kyrie Gordon was 7 years old. 7. An age where your biggest concern should be what's for dinner and whether you can stay up past bedtime. Instead, his story ends in a case file and a courtroom. The woman responsible for his care, Shantae Belcher, sat across from detectives and told them what happened. Or at least, her version of it. What you're about to see is that interrogation. The shifting stories. The 12-hour delay that made 0 sense. The moments where her own words did more damage than any prosecutor ever could. We're going to walk through this together, and I want you to watch closely. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe, because this one matters.
Shantae, I'm Detective Beaver, okay? This is Detective Loader. I don't know if you spoke with him out there on the scene. Okay. I appreciate you coming down, okay? I know you rode. Did you ride with your mom or did you drive yourself?
I rode with my aunt.
Okay. If, I know you don't feel good or anything like that, if at any time you need to go to the bathroom, you know where it's at, just get up and walk out the door and go to the bathroom. You want some water, we can get you some water or anything like that, okay? If at any time you need to leave or anything like that, you know which way we came in, right? We'll just go out these doors, through the double doors, make a right, down the elevator, and we'll get you out, okay? You okay? Okay. I know this is hard for you right now, okay? But it's very important that we talk to you, okay? Because we want to try to figure out what happened, okay? Do you mind doing that?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 33.
You're 33? Okay. Let me just make sure I have. This is Shantae, Shantae.
Yes.
Belcher, 1225 of 86.
Yes.
Anybody else in there?
No, 3 girls and a boy.
Okay.
Now, she doesn't live with you, right? Though she was just visiting?
She was just visiting.
Yeah, okay.
I only have 3.
3, yeah.
And then Kyrie, what's his last name?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. Do you know his date of birth?
I know his birthday was last month.
Okay. All right. And then your mom is Janice McCrae?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What is your boyfriend's name?
Tony Gordon.
Is it Tony or Antonio?
No, Tony.
Tony. Gordon?
Mm-hmm.
What's his date of birth?
11/16/87.
Good phone number for him? If you have to look, that's fine. We'll get it later.
It's in my phone, but
Yeah, that's all right.
okay.
And then does he live there with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's the 1450?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have you been with him?
We've been physically together a little over 2 years.
So his boyfriend, girlfriend, 2 years?
Mm-hmm. But I've been knowing him since 2013 or 14.
How long have you guys lived together?
2 years.
You lived together 2 years? At the Norton Apartments?
No, I was staying on Kings Highway, and then I ended up moving over there. I just moved to Norton Apartments in April.
So you guys lived on Kings Highway together first, and then and then who all lives with you guys? Which of the children live with you guys?
All my kids stay with me.
Okay, so Jashawn, Shamari,
And tonight.
Tanaya stay with you. Unique does not. But what about Kyrie?
He only come on the weekends.
Does he come every other week, every weekend, every other weekend, or?
It's usually every weekend, but if the mom, she, I don't know how to say it. 1 minute she'll let Tony to come. Let Kyrie come. Next minute she don't.
Okay. So, with that being said, then how often does he actually come over to the house?
But it's been almost every weekend the last month or so.
Last month?
Yeah.
Okay, but it could be hit or miss.
Yes.
Okay. When he comes over, does he come? What day does he actually come?
He comes on Fridays because usually Tony work on Fridays. Well, he work Monday through Friday, so Tony pick him up when he get off of work early. Tony pick him up.
What time does he pick him up at?
I don't know, because he usually supposed to get off at 11. Sometimes he get off a little bit before 11, and then he'll go pick up his son.
Is that 11 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay, so it's fair enough to say sometime between 11, sometime maybe between 8 and 11 at night? Is it usually like dark out?
Yes, always dark when he get off from work.
And then what time is he supposed to be back to his mom's?
Today.
What,
on
Sundays?
Yes.
And what time does he?
Between 6 and 8 p.m. he take him home.
Tony always takes him home?
Yes.
And where does she live?
I heard she stay in St. Pete, but I guess since she had her baby, she been at her grandma's house.
Okay. What is her name?
I don't know her name. I only know her nickname, which is Kiki.
Kiki?
Yes.
Where's her grandma's house at?
It's on Betty Lane.
Okay. So
I could show you. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been in contact with her since this morning? Do you know if Tony's been in contact with her since this morning?
I don't know.
Okay.
When I got a text from him, he said he's like really scared to tell her.
Okay. Okay.
So right off the bat, you're watching detectives do exactly what they're trained to do. Keep her comfortable. Offer water. Show her where the bathroom is. They're not being nice because they believe her. They're being nice because relaxed suspects talk more. And Shantae? She's chatting about weekend pickups and custody schedules like this is a routine interview. She doesn't even know Kyrie's birthday. This child she's been caring for almost every weekend for months, and she can't tell them when he was born. That detail sits different now, knowing how this ends.
Go ahead and take me through the weekend.
Okay. I got up yesterday. Well, actually, I was just laying down. The kids was like up and playing. Tony ended up grabbing the kids because I had told him that I was doing hair. My client didn't get there at 12. She got there after 12.
Okay. What's your client's name?
Tiffany Scott.
Tiffany Scott.
Yes.
Okay. So she get there about, you said, what time?
I know it was after 12 when she came, so I don't know, it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock when she came. Because I went to go get me something to eat, and I ended up coming back to the house before she came.
Okay.
So when she came, I had started doing her hair.
Okay.
And then she was like venting to me about like what's going on in her life.
Okay.
So the time ended up overpassing because I know she ended up staying longer than she was supposed to.
Okay.
And I been finished her hair.
Mm-hmm. So you guys just hanging out?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Tony ended up coming home with the kids.
Which kids did he come home with?
My kids, my niece and his son.
Okay, so all the kids that are in there plus Kyrie?
Yes.
And what time did he get home?
It was about 6:30 because he was like, oh, I'm gonna end up going to work, make extra money. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, what time you supposed to be going? He's like 6, but I'm gonna end up going in later. I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna feed the kids and they're gonna end up bathing because at first he's gonna let the kids bathe, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense if you're already late. So Tony ended up taking a shower and ended up leaving. Okay,
so what time do you think Tony left?
I know it was after 7, probably about 7:30. I know it's like in between 7 and 7:30.
Okay, and he goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time did Miss Scott leave the house?
As soon as Tony and the kids got home.
Okay, so she left about, it's fair enough, you said
about
that
6:30.
Okay. All right, so she leaves about 6:30, Tony gets home, and then Tony leaves her again between like 7 and 7:30. Okay, and now you're home with who?
With all the kids.
Okay, and what happens after that?
I have all the kids to go take a bath.
Okay.
Before I end up feeding them.
Do they take how do they take baths?
They put the little stopper in the tub and run the bath water.
Okay, so they run their own bath water and all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do they go individually go?
Individually.
Okay.
Now, real quick, when they got home, how were the kids? Was anybody fighting, arguing? Everybody seemed to be okay?
Playing, yeah.
Playing, so,
yeah, everybody's fine.
When you got home, there was nothing that you can look at Kyrie or any kid saying something's wrong.
Mm-mm.
Nobody said they fell.
I think they was tired.
Where did they get home from?
Yeah.
Where they got home from?
Yeah, where'd they go?
When he got home around 6:30, 6 or 6:30, where was Tony with the kids?
I think my son said Tony took them to the park, 2 different parks,
Okay.
and took them to Publix to get something to eat.
Do you know which parks?
I know Lager Park was one of them. I don't know the other park.
And do you know which Publix they usually go to, or they went to?
No, I don't.
What time? When did he leave with the kids to go to the parks?
He left. I want to say 11 or 12. I mean, I don't know. I know he left before 12. I know that for sure.
I can step out for a minute.
Yep.
And him and the kids was like going all day.
Was it just him and the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that something he usually does? He'll take the kids to the park and stuff like that?
Yes, cause especially when I'm doing hair.
Okay.
Because my 5-year-old, she liked the...
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
So he knows you're doing hair.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the kids to the park for kind of get them out of your hair a little bit, and they leave around noon and come back between like 6 and 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was Kyrie when he got home?
He's just fine.
Was there anything out of the ordinary or anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
That's why I didn't understand.
What are some of his medical conditions? Do you know?
I don't think he had any.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I know he take ADHD meds, but that was it. But he didn't take none like when he's like in our care. He take them when he with his mother.
Now watch the timeline start to fall apart. Tony leaves with the kids before noon, gets back around 6:30. That's 6.5 hours at 2 parks and a Publix run, with a group of small children, including a 5-year-old. And when detectives ask where exactly they went, she doesn't know which Publix, doesn't know the second park. These are basic details any caregiver would remember from a conversation that happened yesterday. But here's the part that matters. She says Kyrie came home just fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. Remember that. Because in about 12 hours, she's going to claim he won't wake up.
Okay. So, did you have any interaction with Kyrie? Did he say anything like he was complaining about anything or anything like that?
He got his stuff like to go bathe with. And he went to go take a shower.
Okay. Well, bath or shower?
Oh, a bath.
Okay. Who do you know what order they took the baths in or anything like that? Was Kyrie like one of the last ones or one of the first ones?
I know he was before Jay Sean, and Jay Sean was the last one bathed. And usually I have the girls to go bathe before the boys.
Okay. So just to go over it again. So nothing he had to say anything out of the ordinary when he got home. Kyrie didn't. No medical conditions that you're aware of, but he only takes the ADHD medicine at his mom's house.
Right.
Okay. Didn't say anything to you like he wasn't feeling good or anything?
Nothing.
Okay. So you said he was one of the last ones to go take a bath?
Yes, Jay. He was. I know he was before Jay Sean and after the girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they eat before or after the bath?
After, and he was the only one that didn't eat.
Okay, so Kyrie gets done with his bath. How long do you think he was in the bath for?
Not long, maybe 10 minutes.
What was it for dinner last night?
I bought McDonald's and pizza.
Which McDonald's did you go to?
The one right there on Missouri and Court.
What time do you think you went there?
I don't know. It was after 8:30.
Okay. Did you go through the drive-thru?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where were the kids when you went to McDonald's?
I had the girls with me, and Jay Sean stayed at the house.
Where was Kyrie at?
I was still laying down.
Okay. So, what time do you think the kids actually went to go take their showers or their baths?
After Tony did, and that was after 7:30.
So Tony was already gone when the kids were showered.
Mm-hmm.
So they get done with the bath. Then do you go to McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you come
It
home.
was after 8:30 when I went.
Okay. And the girls are with you, Jay Sean and Kyrie at the house.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm repeating things, it's just so I can kind of get in my mind, a good understanding of what happened, okay?
Okay.
So, Jay Sean and Kyrie are at the house.
Mm-hmm.
You get home, do you immediately go just to and from McDonald's?
I went to a Hungry Howie's.
Okay.
And got me and Jay Sean some pizza.
Which Hungry Howie's was it?
The one on Drew Street.
Okay, so you go to McDonald's and Hungry Howie's.
And I came straight home.
Straight home, okay. And you said you get home about what time?
I don't know. I know it was after 8:30.
Okay. And you had mentioned that Kyrie's the only one that didn't eat.
Right.
So
I tried to wake him up. He didn't want to get up.
Was he sleeping before you left?
Yes.
Or, tell me about how he got to bed and all that stuff.
He went to go lay down after he got dressed.
After the shower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I should have been got up, but I just laid there and was playing on my phone.
Okay, so what time do you think he went to go lay down?
As soon as he got done bathing.
So sometime after 7:30?
Yes.
Okay. Did he say anything to you, like he didn't feel good at that point?
He didn't say nothing.
Did he look out of the ordinary, like something was wrong?
No.
Did he look tired or anything?
No.
Did he tell you he was going to go lay down? So he said, where's he quiet?
He was quiet. He didn't say nothing. He just went back in the room to go lay down.
Okay.
Because he sleep like in my son's room.
Okay. I saw like a bed in there where it had like a pull-out thing. Is that where he sleeps?
Mm-hmm. On the pull-out.
Okay. So after his shower, he goes lay down. He doesn't say anything to you, but he goes to lay down. Okay. Now what? Now take me through. Did you see him before you left to go to get the food, or?
Yeah.
Or you didn't?
He was just asleep. I was like, well, I'm just gonna end up going to get some food and coming right back. That's what I told Jay Sean. He said, okay.
Okay. So you leave, get back, and where is Kyrie?
He was still laying down.
Still laying down. Was he still sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there it is, the detail that doesn't fit. A 7-year-old comes home from a full day at 2 parks and just skips dinner? Kids that age don't turn down McDonald's after running around outside for hours. They're ravenous. But Shantae says he went straight to bed after his bath. Didn't eat, didn't say a word. Just laid down. Now either something was already very wrong with Kyrie before that bath, or something happened during it. Because healthy 7-year-olds don't silently put themselves to bed at 7:30 on a Saturday night.
Did you go and talk me through the night? You get home, he's still sleeping.
Yes.
What happens?
I think it was like around 10 or a little after 10. Me and my son ended up getting him up because he still haven't got up. And I was like, I don't want him to pee in the bed because he be peeing in the bed.
Okay.
So I couldn't pick him up by myself, so my son helped me put him in the tub.
So now he didn't pee last night in the bed, but he does pee in the bed, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't want him to pee in the bed?
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I put him in the tub.
Okay.
He never woke up, but I did run the bath water to where to his thighs.
Okay. Can you stand up and show me, I guess, how you said that your son helped you carry him into the tub. How did you get him out of bed? Like, pretend that's the bed right there on the floor.
I told Jay Sean to hold him like underneath his arms so we can get him up, so we can put him in the tub.
Okay.
And so we put him in the tub, and I told Jay Sean to lay him back, and so we could run the bath water.
Okay.
So when we ran the bath water, they only came up to here.
Okay.
It never filled his chest or nothing.
Okay.
My son was just splashing water like on his chest.
Okay. When you got him up, you helped carry him, is that correct?
No.
To the tub?
Yeah, we helped him carry the tub, but he was like in the tub. I never got him out of the tub.
When you guys are carrying him from the tub from the bed to the tub, was he saying anything? What was he like?
He was still breathing.
Okay. How do you know he was breathing?
Because I seen his chest.
Okay. Okay. So he was still breathing.
Mm-hmm.
But was he saying anything? Was he eyes open?
No, his eyes was closed.
Okay. How was his body?
You sleeping and your eyes a little open?
Mm-hmm.
His eyes was like that.
Okay. How was his body?
His nothing.
Was he on his back, on his stomach? Like, did you try to wake him up before you carried him?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you try to wake him up?
Yeah, I was like patting him on his thigh, and I was
Okay,
like,
like how hard?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was he doing? Was he
Nothing.
moving?
He wasn't moving at all.
Okay. So the reason why you brought him to the water, because you were worried, obviously, right?
Yes.
He's not waking up. Okay.
Okay. Is that something you usually do?
Oh,
or?
that's the first time ever.
Okay. Who had the idea to put him in the bathtub?
My son, he's like, oh, mommy, maybe we should run some water on him. I was like, I don't know, is that gonna work? But I did call Tony, and I had told Tony that his son wasn't waking up. And he's like, well, what you mean? He's like, ain't you the parent? You should be able to know how to wake up a child. And I was like, Tony, he's not waking up. And he's like, well, if I end up getting off from work and I end up missing my hours, I was like, don't worry about it.
What he said? If I miss my hours, what did he say?
If he end up missing his hours, like, he's gonna be like really mad.
Okay. And what time do you think you called him?
I don't know. I know it's after 8. Cause I tried to wake him up.
Which phone did you use to call him?
I used my cell phone.
Okay. And is that number the 727
815
2341?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is that before you put him in the tub that you called him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because so where were you? Deshaun came to you and said Kyrie's not waking up. Is that what happened?
No, he never came to me and said.
Okay. So how did you know he wasn't waking up?
I went in the room.
Okay. To get him something to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I brought food for the kids.
Gotcha. So you're kind of hitting him, Kyrie, get up type thing, right? He ain't waking up.
Right, but
Okay.
I had my son try to do it first, and he's like, Mom, Kyrie's not getting up.
Okay.
I was like, boy, I
Get him
would do it
up.
myself. Right.
Right, get him up, right, okay.
So
When you brought the food home, you said it was about 8:30.
it was after 8:30.
Okay. Did you try waking him up at that time?
When I brought the food home,
Okay.
so I could feed him.
How did you do that?
I was hitting him on his thigh.
Okay. But that's not when you took him to the tub.
No.
Okay. So you bring the food home, you try to wake him up,
Yeah.
and you're hitting him on his thigh like this. Okay.
And he never got up.
Okay. So how long were you trying to wake him up for at that point?
I say like 30 minutes or an hour or something.
Well, I'm saying just you're trying to wake him up, and then you go get the kids something to eat, or you leave him sleeping, and you go get the kids something to eat
I left
downstairs.
him sleeping.
She's describing a child who won't move, won't speak, won't open his eyes. And her solution is a bathtub. Not 911, a bathtub. Her 13-year-old son is the one suggesting they splash cold water on an unconscious 7-year-old. This is hours before she finally calls for help. 12 hours she waited. 12. And when detectives later asked why she didn't call emergency services immediately, she had no answer. Because there isn't one. Not one that makes sense for someone who genuinely believed that child was just sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went to go get the kids something to eat. Then when I came back, that's when I tried to wake him up again.
And this is about 8:30.
It was after 8:30.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what time.
But you end up leaving him there.
Yes, with my son, and I end up getting the food and come back.
Okay. But I'm saying you had said it was like 10:30
We tried
when
to
you
wake
put him
him
in
up.
the tub.
Yeah.
Okay. But prior to you putting him in the tub at 10:30, you tried waking him up a first time.
Right.
When you got back home with the food. So you get the food, you come home, and you try waking him up. Correct? And that's about 8:30, correct?
With the food and stuff.
Because you said he was the only one that didn't eat.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other kids ate around 8:30.
Just a little after 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you go back in there at 10:30 and realize he didn't
get up.
Okay.
Because I didn't want him to wet the bed.
Okay. So then you hit him on the thigh again now for a second time.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Is that when Jay Sean was like, let's put him some
in
water?
the tub,
Okay.
yeah.
So was the water hot, cold?
It was cold.
Okay.
But I thought he would have got up.
Like freezing cold or?
I don't think my water gets that cold.
Okay. So he's in the tub. You set up to his thigh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you know if it was covering his thigh? The water.
Mm-mm. It covers.
Can you show me on?
It just went like right there.
So like about the here.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see that if you got the stop in there, the water goes out.
Okay. So is the stop broke or something?
The type of stopper they gave me, it really don't fit.
Okay.
So I had the kids, try to fill the water, at a decent amount in hurry up and bays before the water ended up going out.
Okay. Was he, when he was on his back, I'm sorry, when he was sleeping, you said on his back or
on
stomach?
his back.
Okay. How was he in the tub? Like how was his body position?
The way that you see how my tub was.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he was sitting, I had him sitting like that on the tub like this.
Okay. So if you have like I'm gonna draw a picture here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a good artist, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where the like the stopper is.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he at?
He's right there.
He's right here?
Oh, excuse me.
So his feet, you okay? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when you say he was right here, where was his feet?
His feet was right there.
And where was his head?
His head was up here.
Okay. Was he, you know how the tub kind of like raises up like
yeah,
this?
like that, yeah.
Okay.
But his back was like lean back.
On which part was his back leaning?
On the back of the tub.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like leaning like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I could see like he's breathing from here.
Okay. But he's not moving, he's not saying anything. Why didn't you call 911 at that time?
I don't know. I thought he was just sleeping hard or something.
Were you worried?
Yes. That's why I kept on checking up on him.
Okay. So even though you were worried though, you didn't call 911?
No.
Okay. I mean, how come though? I mean, why wouldn't...
I don't know.
Okay. With his head there, it's now 10:30. You put him in there. How long was he in there for?
All night. I didn't move him at all.
Okay. When you say all night, what were the starting time was about 10:30, and then until what time?
Until this morning.
And what time was that, you think?
I think like around 8.
Around 8 this morning?
Yes.
Okay. So 10:30 to 8. What time did you fall? What time did you fall asleep?
I think at 12 I fell asleep.
Okay. So at 12 you fall asleep. And what time did you sleep until?
Until 4.
Okay.
And I got back up. I checked on him again. He was still breathing.
How was he at that time? Like, describe the tub to me at that time at 4.
He was still like leaning back in the tub.
Okay. Was there still water in the tub?
The water was already out. I ain't let the water out or nothing.
All night. She left a 7-year-old unconscious in a bathtub. All night. From 10:30 p.m. until 8 a.m. She checked on him at midnight. Checked again at 4. Says she could see him breathing. And still did not pick up the phone. The water drained out on its own because the stopper didn't even fit properly. She watched the tub empty around this child's body and went back to bed. That's not a caregiver who panicked. That's someone running out the clock.
Okay, so at 4 o'clock when you woke up, you checked on him. He still leaned back in the tub,
right?
But the water was out.
Right.
Okay. And did you try waking him up at that time?
Yes.
How did you try waking him up?
I hit him on his leg again. He still didn't wake up, but I seen that he was still breathing.
Okay.
So I ended up laying back down again.
Were his eyes open or closed at that time?
He was still closed.
Okay. You go back. How long do you think you were there checking on him for? At 4?
Maybe like 15 minutes, and I ended up going back to sleep.
Okay. So were you standing over him for 15 minutes? Did you?
I seen that he still breathing.
Okay. Can you show me how you checked to see how he was breathing or anything like that?
How I check?
Yeah.
Oh, I tried to see. I really don't know how to check, but I thought I was doing something, so I didn't see it. So I ended up putting my fingers up to his neck, and that's when I seen that he was still breathing.
Mm-hmm. Did that worry you at that time? That something was wrong?
It worried me a little bit. Yes, it did.
Okay. Listen, I'm not in your head, okay, and I'm not trying to, I'm not putting words in your mouth or anything like that, okay? So if you can just tell me, I guess, what was your thought process at that time? You said you were worried.
Yes.
What were you worried?
It was just all over the place. I didn't know.
Okay.
It's like my mind was blank.
Okay. Okay. Did you try calling Tony at that time at all again?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I ain't calling him again until 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Did you try calling 911 at 4?
No, I didn't.
All right. How come you didn't call them at 4?
I don't know.
Okay. So you're about 15 minutes. You said you checked and you put your hand right here. Is that right?
Right here is his neck.
Okay. But you could tell he was breathing? Okay. Eyes are still closed. Could you hear anything, as you're checking on him, could you hear any sounds that he was making or anything?
Yes.
What kind of sounds was he making?
Like that.
Okay. Did that worry you at all with the is that right?
It worried, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I just thought he was just sleeping really hard.
Okay. So you go back to bed around what time?
After I don't know, after 4, and I went back to sleep.
Okay.
And then that's when I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay. And then what happened when you got up at 8?
I see that he still didn't get up.
Okay.
And I had called my boyfriend. I was like, he's still not getting up. I was like, you need to hurry up and come home now.
Okay.
And so I waited for him to come home to call the paramedics to see can he wake up this morning.
Okay. So you called him. Did you call him from this number right here, the 815-2341? And you called him about 8 o'clock? Okay. And you say he's still not waking up. You need to come home, or what did you say?
I told him he need to come home.
Okay.
It's very serious.
Okay. And how long did it take him to get home?
I don't know. About 20-25 minutes.
Okay. So when he gets home, what happens?
I guess he tried to wake him up. It didn't work.
Did you see him try to wake him up?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I know he did try to, and then I seen him walking down the stairs, and I was like, what the hell? So I ended up calling the paramedics, and I was on the phone with the man the whole time.
Okay.
So I had my son help me put Kyrie on the floor because they told me to do CPR.
Okay.
So that's what I was doing until the
You were doing CPR?
Until the paramedics that came.
She says she put her fingers on his neck and felt a pulse. She says she heard him making sounds, labored breathing sounds. And her response to hearing a child struggle to breathe was to go back to sleep for 4 more hours. Here's the thing that gets lost in all this. Kyrie had been in and out of foster systems and family arrangements his whole short life. This was supposed to be a safe placement, a stable weekend. And instead of protection, he got someone who heard warning signs and rolled over. The detectives are watching her demonstrate how she checked for breathing, and they're realizing the same thing we are. She knew something was wrong. She just didn't care enough to act.
Just to go back, when he gets home, where was Kyrie at when Tony got home?
Kyrie was still in the bathtub.
He was still in the bathtub. How come you didn't take him out at 8 o'clock when you got home, or when you woke up, saw he was still in there, realized it was very serious still? You knew it was serious enough to call Tony.
I didn't want to touch him until the paramedics had said, take him out the bathtub.
Okay. So Kyrie gets Tony gets there. Kyrie's still in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any water in the bathtub at this time?
No.
Okay. How many times did you fill the bathtub up?
Just that one time.
Okay. You say Tony tries to wake him up, that you think of, right? Because you didn't actually see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. You say you saw Tony coming downstairs, and you said to yourself, what the hell? Is that right?
Yes.
What were you, when you said what the hell, what were you thinking?
I just called 911.
Were you, like, what was your thoughts, like, going through your head in order to call 911? Like, were you thinking?
My mind was everywhere. I didn't know, like, what to think. I was just hoping that he was, like, still alive. I didn't do nothing to him. I never gave him nothing. I would never hurt a child.
Okay.
So I'm not understanding, like, what happened.
Okay.
He was perfectly fine last night.
What was it when you checked on him this morning? Was he still breathing before you called Tony?
It didn't look like he was breathing, so that's the reason why I called Tony.
You said it didn't look like he was?
No.
Did you touch him at all?
Mm-hmm.
At 8 o'clock this morning you touched him?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you touch him at?
On his arms and his legs.
Okay. Well, at midnight and then at 4 you checked his chest. You checked his chest to see if he was breathing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this morning you checked his legs and his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Did you check his chest?
I looked at his chest. I didn't see like nothing was like going on, and then I ended up checking right here, and I'm like, nothing. So that's the reason why I called Tony.
Okay. And when you
I probably should have called the paramedics first, but
Sure.
like I said, I wasn't even thinking.
Sure.
Like when my son had his seizure when he was young, my mind just went blank. The boyfriend I had at the time, he's like, let me blow in his face, and that's when he started breathing on his own.
Okay.
With stuff like this, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I just get really scared, and
Right. So when Tony comes home though, he goes upstairs and you stay downstairs?
I was standing by the stairs. I didn't go like.
But you're at the bottom of the stairs.
No, I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like looking in the bathroom.
Okay.
How was Tony trying to wake him up?
I think he was trying to put his head up to his mouth or something, and try to shake him. I don't know.
What did you actually see?
I think I seen him put his head up to his mouth, and then he just freaked out and just like walked out.
What was he saying? What was Tony saying?
He didn't say nothing.
And how did he freak out?
I seen him put his shirt over his head. That's it.
Okay. So Tony walks downstairs. You say to yourself, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
You call 911. While you're on the phone with 911, where was Tony?
I don't know. He wasn't upstairs.
Okay.
And I was just in the bathroom. And the man had told me whoever I was talking to, he had told me to take Kyrie out the tub and try to do CPR on him. And I was doing CPR until the paramedics that came.
So you called 911 from your phone?
Mm-hmm.
When you're on the phone with 911, they tell you to take him out the tub?
Mm-hmm.
You take him out the tub, and where do you take him?
He was just laying on the floor in the bathroom.
Okay. And you said the 911 was telling you to do CPR?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How were you doing the CPR?
He told me to put my hands on his chest and breathe in his mouth.
Okay. Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know how many times you did it?
No, I wasn't keeping track. Whatever the man was telling me, that's what I was doing.
And where was Tony at this time?
I don't know. He wasn't upstairs with me and Kyrie.
He was not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could you hear Tony saying anything or anything like that?
He didn't say nothing.
Okay. So you're doing the CPR. Now what happens?
And that's when the paramedics ended up coming. I don't know how long I was doing it until they came.
Okay. Did they take care of Kyrie right there? Do the medical attention right there in the bathroom?
Yeah. At first they started to, but then it's like no, they had to bring him downstairs. So that's when they had brought him downstairs.
Okay.
Tony walks in and puts his shirt over his head. That's the detail that tells you everything. Not screaming, not calling for help, just covering his face. Because when you find a child who's actually sleeping, you shake them awake. When you find a child who's been dead for hours, you can't even look. And Shantae? She's standing at the top of the stairs watching. Not running to help, not grabbing him. Watching. The 911 operator has to tell her to remove Kyrie from the tub. She needed instructions. April 2023. A jury gave her 12 years for aggravated manslaughter. Her appeal was denied. Kyrie deserved someone who would have called for help the first time he didn't respond. He got someone who waited until his body was cold.
The paramedics brought him downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where was Tony at that time?
I don't know.
Okay. I guess you had told the officer on scene that Tony ran out of the apartment. Is that right?
Yes, that's his only child.
Okay, but he was gone for about 15 minutes, right?
I don't know.
Okay. The information that we had when we got there was that he had been gone for about 15 minutes. I guess you had told the officer on scene for about 15 minutes he was gone. Why did he take off in those 15 minutes? Like, where did he go and what did he do?
I don't know. I was just around the paramedics and the officer at the scene. I didn't go nowhere.
You had said earlier you didn't give Kyrie anything or anything like that.
No.
So there's not going to be any medicine or anything in his system when we check his blood and all that stuff, right?
It's not going to be in the system.
Okay. At any time, did you touch him at all, like in a physical manner, or where you disciplined him at all last night?
I was disciplined.
It's okay to discipline children, okay?
It is, but he's not my child. And when Tony tried to discipline him, he'll go back and tell his mama.
Okay.
So Tony had to stop doing it.
But what I'm concerned with is last night. Did anybody discipline him last night?
No.
Okay. So there's not going to be like any marks or anything like that on him, is that correct?
No.
Okay.
You can understand that, a 6-year-old boy passed away, right? And the tough questions are gonna come out, right? And they're gonna ask you and stuff like that. So it's better to get those questions answered here than down the road, right? You would agree with that? So, I mean, I have to ask, did you do anything to Kyrie?
I don't touch him at all.
Okay.
I barely whip my own kid.
Okay, I understand, but I have to ask you, okay? How does he get along with your son? How does he get along with your son?
He get along with my son. He look up to my son like a big brother.
They don't fight, nothing like that. Okay. Have you ever seen Tony or anything like that hit Kyrie or get kind of grab him and gets mad at him sometimes? You know how all parents get frustrated, stuff like that. Did that ever happen?
I mean, it happened in the past, but
like
he don't hit him. You know what I'm saying? When he disciplined his son, I remember times he had like 2 jugs of water and put the water inside a bag and had his son just hold it up.
Okay.
And had him like squat.
Okay.
Like squat against the wall?
Yeah.
As he was holding water up?
Yeah.
Well, how long ago did that happen? Roughly.
When we stayed at Kings Highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when was like the most recent thing he did, like to discipline his kid like that? Like what other kind of things he would do?
Tony probably popped him because Kyrie go back and tell his mom everything, so he don't put his hands on his son.
When you say pop him, like, can you just show?
Yeah, like pop him like that.
Okay. And how long was that? How long ago, you think?
I don't know. I think it was like last week or the week before last when we had him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if he had to do that when they were at the park or anything like that yesterday?
I don't think so. And if he did, Tony didn't say nothing to me.
Okay.
Because he don't tell me what he do to his son or anything like that.
Okay.
But he's a good father. He ain't gonna hurt his son.
And we're not saying, that he did, okay? We just have to ask the questions. If we don't ask the questions, we don't know.
Because people are going to ask, right? I mean, people are going to want to know, and I'm sure you want to know.
You got to imagine that. Where's your children? Like, where's their father at right now?
They not there.
Okay, but if something like this happened and they were at their father's house, you as the mother would want to know certain questions, right?
Yes.
You would have certain questions.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what we're just trying to collect everything for ourselves and the investigation and get the answers, okay, to actually what happened. Okay, you can understand that, right? Okay.
Notice how quickly she pivots to Tony. The second detectives ask about discipline, she's already building a case against the child's own father. Water jugs, squatting against walls, a pop here and there. She's cataloging his parenting like she's been keeping notes. But here's what the clip doesn't tell you. Tony wasn't charged. The medical examiner's findings pointed directly at injuries consistent with Shantae's timeline, not his. She spent this entire interview trying to redirect suspicion onto a grieving father, while his son's body was still warm. The detectives let her talk. They already knew where the evidence was pointing.
So just to go over it again, you're saying you did not give him anything, you didn't physically, in a disciplined manner, touch him at all last night, or anything like that. And then from what you're aware of, Jay Sean and him didn't get into a fight or anything, and you don't know if anything happened at the park or anything like that, though, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How come you told the officer on scene that when they got back from the park, he was lethargic, like he was tired?
Yeah, he did look like he was tired. Well, all the kids looked like they was tired from playing out.
Okay. So, was there anything out of the ordinary though, like?
No, they was out there, what, 6-7 hours playing.
Okay. But what I'm getting at, you said he wasn't any different than the other kids, correct? As far as
he wasn't different from all the kids.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah, just real quick before you step out. Besides today, have you ever called 911 before? Have you ever had to call 911 for anything?
I called 911 before.
For what was that for?
When me and my ex had got into it.
So you called before? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And again, the tough question is, so you got a 6-year-old boy in your house, you try to wake him up a couple times, and he's in the tub. You're going to put him in a tub with your son, kind of carrying him, right? Because your son's got his hands under his arms. And, you know, you call your boyfriend, he's like, take care of it, wake him up. You know, you're a parent. What makes you think he didn't need help? Like, did you think something was wrong, or what did you think? Like for 2 years, he lives with you for 2 years, right?
Yes, I thought he was like in a deep sleep.
Is this normal?
No, this was like the first time.
Right. So this is completely abnormal from the deep sleep before, right?
Yeah, because usually, like when he sleep, we have to get him up like 3 or 4 times before he actually get up.
Right.
Because he pee in the bed.
Yeah, but he gets up.
Yeah.
Right. So after 3 or 4 times and he ain't getting up, something's wrong.
Right.
Right. So, you know, we teach little kids nowadays and stuff like that. Something's wrong. Call 111. I'm just trying to figure out why. Like, there's got to be a why. You don't know why?
I wasn't even thinking.
Okay.
Now, I'm not the drug police. I don't care about any of that, okay? But I guess for me, it's not normal for Tony to take off for approximately 15 minutes when his son, in all senses in there, dying, okay? I don't care if there's drugs or anything in the house or anything like that. Did he take something and go hide it somewhere or anything like that you're aware of?
No, sir.
Okay.
He didn't.
All right.
He just going through it. That's how he reacts.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You got any questions for us?
Oh.
Okay. Now I know, just since I'm saying it right, Jaishan?
Mm-hmm.
Since he did, you know, he's 10, he's old enough to, you know, have his thoughts and stuff like that. Is it okay if I talk to him? I need to talk to him, just since he kind of had a little bit of a part in what developed, type of thing, okay? Is that okay?
Yes, but I would rather be around him when you talk to him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If I can just, if, you know, he remembers things, you know, how he remembers. We all remember things differently, okay? Can you just make sure that when he's telling me, let him tell the story and...
No, I'm not going to say that.
Okay. Just because I don't want to confuse him, I'd rather have it that's how he remembers it, that's how he remembers it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough? Mm-hmm. Okay. Give us just 1 minute, okay? Are you okay? Do you need any water or anything like that? Do you want to use the restroom? Is your stomach a little bit better?
A little bit, but it still hurts.
Right. Listen, if you need to use the restroom, you go out here and make a right, and you know where it's at, right? And then you don't need any water or anything like that? Okay. All right, give me just a minute, okay?
12 hours. That's how long Kyrie was unresponsive before anyone dialed 911. And when the detective lays it out plain, we teach little kids to call for help when something's wrong. She's got nothing. No explanation. No justification. Just, I don't know why, I wasn't even thinking. That's not confusion. That's an admission. Because here's what she can't explain away. She already knew how to call 911. She'd done it before, for an ex-boyfriend in high school. She understood emergencies. She just didn't think this one mattered enough.
Hey, Shantae, real quick. What time or around about what time did you leave to go get the food with the girls?
I think around 8:30.
You left around 8:30. Okay.
Do you have a receipt or anything like that that would show the time or anything?
I think it might be in my purse at home.
Did you pay cash or card?
Card. But it might be on my. Oh, it only says the date. It don't say the time.
Is the card in your name? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was at the Hungry Howie's on Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And what Drew and what? I'm trying to think.
I know if you go up Drew and you pass King.
Okay.
All the way after King.
Off to the
right.
Yeah.
I mean the left side.
And then so Drew and King, and then the McDonald's at Missouri and Court. Which one did you go to first?
I went to the McDonald's first, and then I went to the Hungry Howie's.
So you said that, and if there's anything that I'm saying that's not accurate, let me know, okay? You said Tony left around 7:15 or 7:30 to go to work?
No, he left, between 7 and 7:30.
Okay. The kids took a bath before or after him?
After him.
So what time do you think the kids took a bath?
I know tonight went to go take a bath as soon after he left. I want to say all the kids. I know that all the kids was done before I went to go get the food at 8:30.
Okay, including Jay Sean and
all the kids.
Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 8:30, the kids are done taking a bath.
Mm-hmm.
Is it accurate that Jay Sean and Kyrie were the last two to take a bath?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you left at around 8:30,
what are you doing then? Like before you leave, like what are the kids doing?
The girls in the room, and Jay Sean was in, and Kyrie was in the room. Kyrie was laying down on the bed.
Okay.
And that's around 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he awake at the time, or?
No, he was asleep.
Okay, so after his bath,
Mm-hmm. He went right.
He goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And around 8:30 is when you go to get the food, and he's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say anything after getting out of the shower to his bed? He didn't say nothing to you?
Mm-hmm.
Did he
where
tell
were
you
you?
he was going?
No, in the room.
You were in your room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what were you doing?
On my phone.
On your phone. Okay, so you're on your phone playing, the kids are taking a bath.
Mm-hmm.
Did he even tell you he was going to lay down or anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, because I thought earlier you said that he said he wasn't feeling well, and then you should have gotten up because you were playing on your phone.
I didn't say he wasn't feeling well.
Or did you say his stomach something, or I thought you were saying...
You said something about you were on your phone, you should have got up.
Yeah, I was on my phone.
Okay.
The whole time.
Okay. All right, so he comes out and he just goes right to the room.
Yes.
Okay.
He dropped his the towel off in my room.
Okay.
And then he went in the room because he didn't have on the shirt. He had on his drawers and his shorts. Because that's what he usually sleeps in.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he dropped the towel off, explain that. Like, what did he do?
He just dropped the towel.
Did he say anything?
No. He asked me where to put it at. Of course, I told him to just put it on the bed and just go.
How did his voice sound when he asked to?
He just sound normal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you had said that they got home from the park around 6 or 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
So from 6 or 6:30 to let's say.
I know it was about 6:30 when he got home.
So about 6:30.
Because he said that he supposed to been at work overnight at 6.
Okay.
And I was like, well, why you here? And then he told me he wanted to take a shower before he go. So I told him just take a shower first, and the kids can bathe after him.
Okay. So from 6:30 to 7:30, what were the kids doing in that time?
The girls was in their room,
Mm-hmm.
and Jay Sean and Kyrie was in his room.
Okay. And you were in your room, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The timeline gets tighter and the details get slipperier. She's got Kyrie coming out of the bath around 8:30, not saying a word. Just drops his towel and goes to bed. A 7-year-old who spent all day at the park doesn't ask for a snack? Doesn't complain about being tired? Doesn't say goodnight? That's not a kid winding down. That's a kid who's already hurt. And she's sitting there on her phone, acting like silence from a child is perfectly normal behavior. The detectives know better. So do we.
I'm trying to think. Oh, so you think you have the receipts at the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what was the other one?
Well, I just wanted to make sure I got my times right. So 7:30 he leaves. Kids are all taking a bath.
Mhm.
Kyrie comes in, just drops off the towel, goes into the room.
Mhm.
That's the last time you see him awake.
Yes, sir.
Right. So between like 7:30, because 8:30 around, you leave to get the food.
Mhm.
So between 7:30, did you try to wake him up if he went to get the food?
Yeah, I tried to wake him up. He didn't want to get up.
Okay. Was he
So
still wearing the same clothes?
Yes, so
Okay.
Jay Sean said he was going to stay at the house with him.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I went to go get the food,
Okay.
me and the girls.
Okay, because normally he'd go with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Usually
now,
I would have took all the kids with me, but Kyrie was asleep.
okay. Now, when you tried to wake him up then, what'd you do? Did you try to do the whole leg
Mhm.
thing? Was he breathing?
Yes.
How'd you check he was breathing?
I seen right here.
You could see him?
Yes.
Okay. He wasn't gurgling, nothing like that, just sleeping on his back, stomach?
Yes, on his back.
On his back? Okay. What was your son doing at the time? Because he was in the room too, right?
Yes.
Okay, what
he
was
was
doing?
just looking, because at first I had told him to go get Kyrie up.
Okay.
And then he's like, Mom, I did. He didn't wake up. And I was like, really? I was like, well, whatever.
Okay.
So I went to go wake him up.
Okay.
And I seen that he wasn't getting up.
Now, that's what I asked. You said he didn't want to get up. Did he verbalize that, or was that he just not getting up?
He wasn't getting up. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Gotcha. So then you come back with the food.
Mm-hmm.
Kids all eat. Did you try to wake them up when you came back?
Yes.
And what time do you think you got back with the food around about?
I don't know.
But you left around 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Give a guess. Hour? Half hour?
Like a half an hour.
Okay. So like I said, these are all about 9 o'clock?
Mhm.
Sorry, my question.
Did you go so however long it took to go from your apartment to
Yes.
McDonald's to Hungry Howie's and back?
Mhm.
Did you make any other stops?
No, sir.
Okay.
So you try to wake them up? How you try to wake them up? You specifically.
Jay Sean tried to wake him up first.
Okay.
That didn't work. So I went to go wake him up.
Okay, and then same thing?
Same thing.
Okay, now was he in the same position he was? He didn't move?
At all.
Okay. Were you worried?
Yes.
Okay, you were concerned?
Yes.
So what were you thinking? You just gonna let him sleep?
I ended up calling my boyfriend. I asked him.
Okay.
I was like, Kyrie is not waking up.
Okay.
Is something wrong? He's like, no. He's like, they was perfectly fine at the park. And he's like, oh, I was like, I don't know. I was like, he's not getting up. He's like, man, you're a parent. You should be able to get a child up.
Right.
I was like, well, whatever. So I ended up hanging up the phone because I ain't want to start arguing.
You want to deal with that,
And,
right?
Yeah.
and what time do you think that was again?
I don't know. I know it's after 8.
'Cause that's
I know
when they
it was
came
from
over the food.
the time with the kids.
The kids are eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 9:30ish, because the kids are eating, because you don't want to wake them up to eat.
I can show you my phone call.
Okay.
I called him.
Okay.
How
So,
long? Yeah, we're not disputing that. We're just trying to. How
Yeah.
long do you think you were on the phone with him for?
It wasn't even that long. Probably like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, is that?
Just to get kind of a timeline real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Okay, and if something's different, let me know. Okay. 6:30, kids come home,
Mm-hmm.
and you had said that Kyrie was not any more tired than any other kids.
Mhm.
Nothing out of the ordinary,
Mhm.
right? Okay. 7:30, 7:15, 7:30, Tony leaves for work,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids take showers, correct, or take baths.
Because everybody was done bathing before 8:30.
All kids done before 8:30.
Oh,
Okay. What time do you think Kyrie said to you, or dropped the towel off? Where should I put it?
it was before 8:30.
A little bit before 8:30.
Mhm.
Okay. Drop off towel. And you decide at that time,
let me go get the kids
get
something
the
to
kids
eat.
something to eat. But Kyrie was sleeping, right? And that's at 8:30 ish.
It was after 8:30. I know he was sleeping for a while before I end up going get him something to eat.
Would you say it's closer to 8:30 or closer to 9?
I know it was before 8:30. Oh man.
You okay?
Here's what gets me. She's asking the detectives to believe that a 7-year-old fell asleep before dinner and never woke up for 12 straight hours. Not once. Not to use the bathroom, not to ask for water, not to shift positions in bed. Medical experts would later testify that Kyrie's injuries were consistent with blunt force trauma to the abdomen, the kind that causes internal bleeding, the kind that makes a child go quiet and still. Shantae knew why he wasn't waking up. She just thought if she ran through the timeline enough times, it would start making sense.
Excuse me.
You just said before 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
So was it before or after 8:30 that you left?
I left after 8:30.
Okay. Go get the kids food.
Oh, excuse me.
And you come back about what time? You said you're gone about a half hour?
I really don't know exactly.
Okay. However long it takes you to get there. Okay. And you said you went to the drive-thru at McDonald's? Okay. When you get back, Kyrie's still sleeping and the kids eat, correct? About 10:30, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You go in, you realize he needs to eat, and you didn't want him wet in the bed. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And is that is it at that time that you and Jay Sean put him in the tub at 10:30? So from 10:30 to, and that's when you draw the water up to the mid thigh. You said, right? And he's on his back, and he's kind of leaning up against the. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. At midnight, you go in and check on him, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the water was in or out the tub now?
It was out of the tub. I didn't.
Okay. You go to sleep?
Yes, sir. Because I seen he was still breathing.
You saw him still breathing?
Yes.
And at around 4 a.m. is when you get up, correct?
Yes, sir.
You go in and check on him again?
Yes.
And was there any water in the tub at that time?
No. And I checked that he was still breathing then.
You said you were up for about 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
You go back to sleep?
Yes.
And you get up at 8, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now at 8 you said it looked like he wasn't breathing, correct?
Right.
That's correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you call Tony?
Yes.
Tony comes home, takes him about 20-25 minutes to get home. You call the
paramedic.
after Tony runs out the house type of thing or comes down. Okay. So you have from 10:30, midnight, 4, 10:30, midnight, 4. Okay. During this time, he was still breathing, but he didn't look good. Is it easy to say that? That even though he was breathing, you were still concerned for him because you would call Tony, something's not right type of thing, and he said, you're a parent, figure it out type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you were still concerned that something was wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Remember the tough questions, okay, like my partner said, okay? Well, why didn't you call the police? You know, you had 3 different times here that you were concerned for his safety, you're concerned for his, life at that point. Why didn't you call the police or 911?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I thought he was still breathing. I thought he still was going to still breathe when I checked on him again.
Even though he was still breathing, you're still concerned for him, though.
Yes.
You know, as a 33-year-old woman and a parent of what, 3 kids, right, or 4, 3 kids. You knew enough that something wasn't right.
Right.
You know, people are gonna want to know why you didn't call 911.
I didn't know what to do. I thought when I woke up at 8, he was still gonna be the same way. I didn't think that.
10:30, midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m. The detective lays it out like a drumbeat, and she just nods along. 4 separate checkpoints where she looked at this child and decided he could wait. What the jury would later hear is that Kyrie's internal injuries were so severe that every hour without medical intervention made survival less likely. By midnight, he probably still had a chance. By 4 a.m., that window was closing. By 8, it was gone. She didn't miss the signs. She watched the clock run out.
What made you leave him in the tub all night and not move him to the bed?
I didn't want to move.
Why not?
I didn't want to move him.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, if he was sleeping, wouldn't he be more comfortable in the bed than the tub?
Probably, yeah.
So you didn't want to move him from the tub?
I was hoping that he was still going to be all right. He was still going to breathe.
Well, he was still going to breathe.
I mean,
Well, that means he was breathing. See what I was getting at?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know is not going to work. So we gotta kind of focus on this, because I don't know is not going to work on this. We're going to have to know. So with I'm leaving him in the tub all night. I don't know why I left him in the tub instead of moving him to the bed. And then it looked like he was breathing.
I was scared to move him.
Okay.
From
But why
the tub
though?
to the. I don't know.
See, that's things that we need to know. Okay, if you were scared, you need to let us know what you were thinking.
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking as a parent.
Okay. Did you were when Tony came home and he went in the bathroom, right? You saw him go in the bathroom. Did Tony try to give any medical aid to him or any medical care?
All I seen Tony was like trying to wake him up,
Right.
and he didn't get up.
Okay.
So once I seen him do that, first thing I thought was to call 911.
Right. Because he ain't waking up now.
Yes.
How was Tony trying to wake him up?
I don't know. I know he was trying to put his head up to his mouth.
Okay.
You mean Kyrie's head up to Tony's mouth? Okay.
Did he take him out of the tub at all?
No.
No.
He just left him at.
He left him
Yeah.
out. Did he pick him up at all?
No.
No. And then he left. He said he put the shirt over his head or something and just walked out.
Yeah.
You didn't say where the hell you going?
I didn't say nothing.
You didn't say that's your son?
I ain't say nothing. He didn't say nothing.
Okay.
So I ended up calling the paramedic.
Because you called, right? Because then something's obviously wrong. Did he say he's not breathing or nothing?
Oh, he didn't say nothing.
Okay.
Once he started looking crazy, and I just said, I'm just going to end up calling the police.
You understand that it is important for us to talk to. Would Jake Sean then be the last one to actually see Kyrie alive, basically, like awake and talking? Okay. I don't want him to see you upset or anything like that. My lieutenant said that if you want to watch the interview in his office, you can do that. Would that be okay with you if I could talk, to Jay
He could
Sean?
be in there with my mom.
What's that?
Jay Sean. My mom could be in there with him.
I'm saying, can I talk to Jay Sean?
You could talk to Jay Sean, but I want my mom in there with him.
Okay. Can you guys watch the interview and you can watch it on the screen?
I could watch it on the screen, but I want my mom to be in there with him.
Okay. All right. Give us just a minute, and then we will rotate. Okay? Are you okay? All right.
She wasn't thinking as a parent. Her words, not mine. And yet, when her other child, Jay Sean, needs to be interviewed, she immediately asks for her mother to be present. She knows how to protect a child in a room with detectives. She just didn't know how to protect one in a bathtub. The instinct is there. The capacity is there. She demonstrated it in real time. Kyrie didn't get that version of her. He got the version that checked on him 4 times and went back to bed.
Want any pizza? All right, Shantae, over the last couple hours, we've gone and done several different things, okay, to further the investigation, okay? Obviously, you're aware already that Kyrie didn't make it, okay, that he did pass away, okay? We've looked at video, we've talked to your son, we talked to your mom, we talked to Kyrie's mother, we talked to a lot of different people, okay, and they're actually doing the autopsy right now as we speak, okay. Do you know what an autopsy is? Where they can definitely tell what, if anything, was taken. They know, if there was anything physical or anything like that. So as we're speaking, we've got a detective down there right now, okay? So we've done lots of different things, okay? We just need you to be honest with us, okay? Can you do that?
I am.
Okay. Once they got home from the park, can we go over again with exactly what happened, okay? So it was you said about 6:30 they get home from the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened once they got home from the park?
I had Tony to take a shower so he can go to work.
Okay.
Because he told me he had to be there at 6.
Okay.
And after he got out, I had the kids to take a bath. After that, like I said, excuse me.
How was Kyrie when he got home? You said that he was tired?
He was acting normal.
Your son said that Kyrie was kind of like bouncing all over the place at the park and stuff, kind of like real upbeat, stuff like that. I know he has ADHD, is what you had said.
Mm-hmm.
So how was he when he got home? Was he still bouncing around off the walls and stuff like that, or?
I don't think so. I was in a room on my phone.
Okay.
So I really didn't pay attention.
Okay. Were you in your room the entire time on the phone?
Yes.
What were you doing on the phone?
I was looking at Facebook, on YouTube. I'm playing my game.
Okay. Once they got home, did you and Tony take the kids out in the backyard or something like that at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're on Facebook, you're playing your game. Were you in your room when they got home, or were you somewhere else in the house?
When they got home,
Yeah.
I was downstairs with my client.
And then that's when she left, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So she leaves, and do you immediately go up to your bedroom?
No, I don't.
Okay, take me through all that. Once the client leaves, you're downstairs, they get home, what happens?
When she left, I was just cleaning everything up, and
Okay.
then I went back upstairs.
Okay. Is that when you went to your room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tony takes a shower, he leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's the kids' turn to take their baths.
Right.
Okay. You had said that Kyrie and your son were the last to take baths?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So once Kyrie gets out of the bathtub, go from there and explain what happened.
He brought his towel in the room because he asked me where to put it at, and I told him just leave it on the bed and go back in the room with Jay Sean.
Okay.
And that's what he did.
Okay. Is that towel still there right now?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you know? What color his towel was?
No.
Okay. So he, and how was he? How was his demeanor at that time when he asked you? What was he like at that time?
He was normal to me. He was just a little tired, and I didn't think nothing of it, and he ended up going to lay down.
Okay.
Detectives lay it out plain. They've talked to her son. They've talked to her mother. They've talked to Kyrie's mother. The autopsy is happening right now. And what does Shantae offer? She was in her room on her phone, playing games, scrolling Facebook. A child came home from the park and she didn't even look up. Didn't notice if he was bouncing off the walls or barely standing. Didn't think to check. She had one job that weekend, and the phone won.
So when I went to go check up on him, because I wanted to go get them something to eat, he was asleep.
Okay. And where was he sleeping at?
On the bottom bed in my son's room.
Okay. Now you say he was on the bed. You know, was he on the floor, on the actual floor?
Mm.
No, because it looked like that there was no sheets or anything. There was no bedding on that bottom bed or anything like that.
He wet the bed all the time.
Okay.
So he ain't put like no sheet.
Who pulls the bed out for them?
I don't know. I think the kids do it themselves.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's that heavy for them. They couldn't do it.
Okay. So you check on him, and then what happens from there?
I went to go check up on him, and I was telling Jay Sean I'm gonna go get something to eat, and he said that he was gonna stay home with Kyrie, and I told him I was gonna take the girls with me. I said keep an eye on Kyrie to make sure he's still breathing. So I went to go get the kids McDonald's and went to go Hungry Howie's, and I came back home.
Okay. And when you came home, what exactly did you do?
The kids ate, because I think my baby girl, she was like already eating in the car. So she was the first one done. So I had told Jay Sean he could sit to him and eat while I go like try to wake up Kyrie.
Okay.
And when I tried to wake him up, he still didn't get up.
Okay. So at what time did you guys decide to put him in the tub?
I don't know. It was like probably 10:30.
And whose idea was that?
My son.
Okay. And who actually put him in the tub?
Me and my son did, because I couldn't pick him up by myself.
Okay. At any time did he hit his head or anything that you're aware of or anything like that? Did you hear anything like his head hitting anything?
He hit his head lightly on the tub, because my son was trying to help. I said, no, babe, you can't do that. I said, let me do it. So I end up like leaning him, you know what I'm saying, back on the tub, and that's when we end up filling the tub up with water.
Okay. And you said it only went up to about mid-thigh?
Yes.
Okay. Never covered his leg or anything? Never covered his chest or anything like that?
No, my son splashed water on him, and he still didn't get up.
Okay. And then you check on him again at what time?
At 12.
At 12?
Yes, right before I went to sleep.
And what happens at 12?
I checked to see was he still breathing, which he was, and then I ended up laying back down.
Okay. You lay down and then you get up at what time?
I got up at 4, I think, or 4 something, and I checked up on him again.
Okay.
And then I looked inside the tub. I didn't see he like pee or anything, so he was still breathing. So that's when I lay back down.
Okay. So that's at 4. You said earlier it's about 15 minutes. And then when do you wake up next?
I woke up at 8 o'clock.
Okay. And at 8 o'clock, what did you see?
I see that he wasn't breathing.
Okay.
And that's when I had called my boyfriend and told him it was an emergency. He needed to come home. Kyrie still haven't woke up. I thought my boyfriend was going to be able to get him up, and I see that he didn't. So that's the reason why I had called the paramedics after he did. I
listened to the 911 call. Okay. I could tell that you were concerned, you were frantic, okay? That, at that time you were wanting help at that time, okay? What do you guys give him for some sleep medication?
Melatonin, but we haven't gave the kids that in a while.
When was the last time you think you gave the kids that?
I think a month.
Okay. And how much would you give all the kids that, or?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the dose?
It was like the kids' brand, so
Okay.
everybody get like one. My son, he rather take 2.
Okay.
Cause it's take him longer to fall asleep.
She's recounting this like a grocery list. Checked at midnight, still breathing. Checked at 4, still breathing. Woke up at 8, not breathing anymore. And somewhere in that 4-hour gap, a 7-year-old boy died alone in a bathtub while his caregiver slept 10 feet away. The medical examiner would later confirm blunt force trauma to the abdomen, internal bleeding. The kind of injury where every minute matters. Shantae had 4 separate chances to save his life. She used none of them.
And usually with the melatonin, what was their reaction, I guess?
They get tired and go to sleep.
Okay.
They said it's nothing in it, and it's supposed to be all natural.
Okay. How come you didn't give them the melatonin in a month? Yes, I think you said a month. How come you didn't give it to them in a month?
First I started doing stuff on time, and then I just stopped.
What do you mean on time?
I try to get used to doing things like a routine and stuff.
Okay.
And then my mind ended up forgetting like after a day or 2, and then I just completely stopped.
Okay. Explain to me about JT. Who's JT?
That's my nephew.
That's your nephew. Does he come and stay a little bit?
Sometimes.
And does he have ADHD?
I don't know what he has, but he has something.
Okay. When he's at your house, do you give him any medications or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take me through that process? Like what do you give him and all that stuff?
Sometimes I don't remember what I give him. I have to call my mama or my sister.
Okay.
Because it's not like a routine I give him, so I don't know.
Okay.
And sometimes, like I said, I call and see, because I think one of his medicine he got to eat with applesauce.
Okay.
And then the other one he got to eat after he the other one he got to take after he eat.
Okay. And how does that make him once you give him the medication?
JT?
Yeah.
He calms down, because he'll get up like earlier than everybody and be up.
Okay. But you don't know what the medication's called?
No.
And then does your mom, does she kind of like write out all the instructions and stuff like that for you, or you just know what to give him and all that stuff?
I just call.
You call her? Okay. When was the last time he was over the house?
It's been a while.
Okay. Was there any medication like that at the house or anything like that?
For JT?
Yeah.
Like left at my house?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He take everything back with him when he go home.
Were you ever given instructions on like, okay, if JT say something were to happen to him while taking that medication, were you ever given instructions on like what to do in order to how to help him and all that stuff?
No.
Okay, because I talked to your mom and she said that she puts him in a tub, or if you were to overdose on it, put him in a tub of water and have cold water and stuff like that. Had you ever been told that or anything?
She never told me that.
Okay.
Because it never happened to me.
Okay. So she never told you, hey, if he were to overdose on his medication, do this or that or anything like that?
Because I always take it when she tell me how to give it to him.
Okay. Like I said, you were frantic last night. Okay, you're trying to deal with 5 children. I imagine even your son had said that Kyrie was kind of all over the place playing, and he knew how he could be kind of like, he's a real happy kid, but he is kind of like wild at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes you gotta keep on telling him, not to do this, not to do that.
Right. It's my understanding he's a great kid, but just kind of the same thing was you have to tell him, do this, do that.
Right.
Did you have to tell him last night or anything like that to do this or do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because 6-year-old children just don't up and die. Okay? We need to find out what happened to him. Okay, and that's what part of the autopsy, when they're doing that right now, like I said, what do you think they're going to find at the autopsy?
I don't know.
What do you think they're going to find in his system?
I don't know. I didn't give him nothing.
Okay,
I promised I didn't give him nothing.
right. This is the thing, okay?
If I would have gave him something, that means my kids would have got something too.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily, okay? It's easy to explain, okay? You know, before, you know, when you tell, you know, if you were to have given him something, it's easy to explain right now instead of finding it out after the fact.
But I didn't give him nothing. You can ask my son. I didn't give them nothing last night.
Okay. I guess it was said that Kyrie didn't want to come over to the house because Tony makes him exercise and stuff like that.
Cold water. That's what Shantae's mother apparently told her to use if a child overdoses on medication. Shantae claims she never heard that instruction. But here's the thing. When Kyrie wouldn't wake up, she put him in a cold bath anyway. The same remedy she supposedly didn't know about. Detectives are connecting dots she doesn't realize she's drawing for them. And when they ask what the autopsy will find, she doesn't say nothing. She says, I don't know. That's not innocence. That's bracing for impact.
I don't know. That's what she's saying. I don't know.
Okay.
But when he over with us, he don't act like that. Like he don't want to be around us. He plays with the kids. He's happy with his dad.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember one time I had talked to him, because somebody, Tony had told me that, you know, his baby mama don't like me. And I asked Kyrie, and I said, Kyrie, do you like me? He's like, no. I was like, why? He just shrugged his shoulders. I said, it's because your mom don't like me? He shook his head. So after a while, I let him play with the kids, and I asked him again. I said, Kyrie, you like me? He shook his head and started smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. I said, she probably just be filling his head up.
Yeah, and that could be, and that happens to kids in that situation. Like a situation where, you know, they're trying to be loyal to their mom, but at the same time, they're really enjoying where they're at with their dad, and maybe he felt like by him liking you was kind of being disloyal to his mom, but deep down inside you guys had some type of connection.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've known him for what, 2 years?
Yes.
Or actually you've known him for his whole life, right?
Yeah, because me and his dad got start messing around. We wasn't together.
Okay.
Because the guy I was dating, he was in prison.
Okay.
And he got out of prison in April 2014.
Okay. But when you were with his dad, you never really saw the kids or anything? But in the last 2 years, you've had that bond with Kyrie, and
yes.
He's grown to show that he likes you.
Yes.
Right? Along with, kind of like you're his family, right?
Yes.
And those are his brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, right now, we just need to find out what happened. Okay, because like I said, just kids don't just die. Okay? It's my understanding he was healthy, there's no medical issues, no nothing like that, okay? Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to have to ask some tough questions like we talked about, okay? And we asked some tough questions before, okay? But they're questions that have to be answered, okay? Okay?
Yes.
Before we do that, okay, before I ask the tough questions, okay, I just want to read you your Miranda rights, okay? Have you ever had those read to you before? Okay. Like I said, there are going to be some tough questions, but before I do that, I just need to read this to you, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before being questioned and have a lawyer present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before and during any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Okay. Do you understand the rights that way? Okay. Having those rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me?
I talk about what?
Just the same stuff that we've been talking about.
Miranda rights. That's where we are now. The detective reads her the warning, and she responds with, I talk about what? Like she genuinely doesn't understand why she's being told anything she says can be used against her. She spent this entire interview building a portrait of herself as the loving stepmother figure, the one Kyrie eventually warmed up to, the one who asked him directly if he liked her. But here's what the detective knows that she doesn't. The autopsy results are already pointing toward blunt force trauma. Those bonding stories she's telling, they're not helping her. They're establishing she had unsupervised access to a child who's now dead.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, it is very evident. Okay, I have 2 kids of my own. Okay, it's very evident that you love Kyrie and that you had a connection with him like he was your own kid. And I'm sure he had that same connection with you. Okay? All we need to find out is, what happened? What did he take? Just because, do you agree that it's just that children just don't die, especially a 6-year-old boy? He's healthy, doesn't have any medical issues wrong with him or anything like that. Okay? If you gave him something, okay, it was said that you waited too long on tape. You said, I waited too long. Okay? You even told your mom, he was in my care. He was in my care. Okay? That's okay. That's okay. We just need to know, and we just need to know the truth for him of what actually happened. Because some of the stuff just doesn't make sense. Okay? What actually happened?
I told you. And that is the honest truth.
Okay.
I didn't give him nothing. I know I waited too late. That's the reason why he died. I would do nothing to him.
You waited too late for what, though?
To call the paramedics.
What makes you think you waited too late?
Because he was dead at 8. He was still breathing at 10, 12, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was scared. I wasn't thinking. And I thought if I could wait for his dad to get home, his dad was going to be able to wake him up. It was just a mistake. I didn't mean to. I didn't give him nothing.
Okay. You're a mom of 3 kids, right? Okay. He falls asleep. You're shaking him. You're doing everything you can. Your son's tickling his foot. Not waking up, right? But you said you can check. You can see he's breathing, right? That's one time. Hours go by. You try to wake him up again. Shake him. Do everything you can. Your son tries to wake him up. You put him in a bathtub. Can't wake him up, right? But you can see he's breathing in. You don't call help then. You go to bed at midnight. Midnight, hours go by. He's the same way. He's not getting better. You're riding out. Whatever's happening to him, you're going to let happen to him. Okay? So that's the 3rd time. You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You check on him. You say he's breathing, but he's not responding again. Okay? 8 o'clock in the morning, you said he's dead. Okay? Something is going on, or something has happened. Why the police weren't called or paramedics weren't called? There is. And shaking your head no.
It's just not reasonable.
Yeah, shaking your
I
head
could
no.
take a lie detector test.
What?
I didn't give him
Listen,
nothing.
what are they gonna find in his system?
I don't know. I didn't give him nothing. I swear to God, I didn't give him nothing.
Okay. Did Tony give him something?
No. I asked Tony that last night, did he give him something? He said no. They was just only at the park playing. That's it.
Okay.
What is at the house that could cause something like this?
I don't know. Hair products. He know not to go in nothing.
What? He knows not to go and where? I'm sorry.
The hair products.
What medication do you have at the house?
My son meds, but I keep him in the kitchen on top of the counter, and his rescue inhaler or his other inhaler is like on the counter in the kitchen.
What about in your bedroom?
In my bedroom?
Yeah.
She admits it herself. I waited too late. That's the reason why he died. Those are her words. And what's devastating is she knows exactly how it played out. 10 o'clock, he's breathing. Midnight, he's breathing. 4 in the morning, he's breathing. 8 o'clock, he's gone. She tracked his decline like checking a weather app. And her defense? She thought Tony could wake him up when he got home. She bet a 7-year-old's life on a hope that Dad would fix it. That's not panic. That's a decision.
I have muscle relaxers in my room.
Okay. Where are those at?
On my dresser.
What else do you have?
I also have Oxy.
Oxy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
That's it.
Who's the Oxy prescribed to?
For me.
It's for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For what?
For my back.
Were you in a car accident or something?
Mm-hmm. I was in 2 car accidents.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it pretty bad pain?
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
That's it.
All right. Some of the questions that I'm asking you already know the answers to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's a purpose for those. Okay, to see how honest you're going to be with even those questions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm not the drug police. I don't give 2 shits about stuff. Okay, what I'm here for is a 6-year-old dead child that's never coming back. Okay, and as a police officer, I need to find out what happened to him. Okay, so what other stuff is in the house that could be in his system?
I don't know.
Like I said, if you lie to me on some of the questions that I already know the answers to, then how do I know that I can trust you on some of the other stuff?
I told you. I told you everything I got in the house.
There's ecstasy in the house. I don't care. Okay, but
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
okay, but if you just like I explained to you, if you're gonna lie to me on some stuff that doesn't even matter, how can I trust you on this other stuff? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you didn't know. Come on, you're a 33-year-old woman.
I mean, I wasn't.
You seem educated to me. Okay, I don't care if there's ecstasy in the house, but how can I trust you? What else is in the house?
Weed.
What else?
That's it.
Okay, where was the ecstasy?
On my nightstand. In a green bottle.
Do you know how important it is to find out exactly what happened to him? Right now, his mother is, whether you guys get along or not, she is grieving the death of her child. I know that you've had 2 children pass. So you know exactly how she's feeling right now. Right?
Yes.
I've never had that happen to me, and I hope to God it never does. But you know how that feels. Okay? You're on 911, crying, begging, pleading for help. You have 5 children there that you're trying to take care of and do the best that you can, and you're doing a good job. They depend on you. You're giving them food. You're taking care of them. You've got one that's not waking up, but you're doing your best to try to get him woken up and stuff like that. You're doing your best. You call Tony and he tells you, take care of it. Take care of it. It's not even your child. His dad is at work and he says, you take care of it, you have children, you should be able to take care of it, or something like that. Okay? It's understandable to give him something. It's understandable to give him something to make him go to sleep. You didn't know that this would happen. Okay? But it's understandable. A reasonable person's going to be like, you know what? She did everything she could. Right? I already know he was bouncing off the walls. Your son said he was bouncing off the walls.
But I ain't give him nothing.
What other sleep medication did you guys give to the kids other than melatonin?
That's it.
What do you think they're going to find at the autopsy? Because like I said, we have a detective there right now.
Now we get to the drugs. Ecstasy on the nightstand. Oxy in a green bottle. Weed somewhere in the house. And look, the detective says it plain. I'm not the drug police. He doesn't care about her stash. He cares about a dead 6-year-old. But here's what this reveals. Shantae had a household full of substances within arm's reach of 5 children. And when the detective asks what they'll find in the autopsy, she doesn't say nothing. She says, I don't know. That's not confusion. That's bracing for impact.
If you had to guess, what do you think they're going to find?
I don't know.
Some of the tough questions that my partner said that we have to ask, they have to have an answer to. And I don't know just doesn't cut it sometimes. A reasonable person would have called 911 after the first time that he wasn't waking up. You decided to put him in a tub with cold water. That's not just a coincidence that your mom had told me that she did the same thing to JT. Okay, so I'm thinking somewhere along the line that you knew to somehow put him in that tub to try to help him.
I didn't give him nothing. My son, the one that had told me, maybe we should put him in a tub, Mommy. I was like, okay, maybe we should do that, thinking that it was going to work. I never gave him nothing.
Were you on the phone with Tony when this was all going on? Were you on the phone with Tony when this was going on, getting him in the bathtub?
No, that's before I ended up putting him in the bathtub.
Okay. Because the I don't knows aren't going to work anymore. The I don't know what I was thinking is not going to work anymore. All that, it's not going to fly.
If we find out right now what we're talking to you, it's easy to explain. When we find out later, that's when it's hard to explain. That's why I'm trying for you to be honest with me. It's easy to explain right now.
No, you're trying to make it seem like I gave him something.
Because
I never gave him.
Do you agree that a 6-year-old child just does not die? 6-year-old kid just.
I don't know what happened. I told you that. I didn't do nothing to him. All I know that he went to sleep last night, and he was stay asleep. He was breathing. I put him in the tub, me and my son. He was still breathing. When I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, he was dead.
You even told the dispatcher you didn't know how to check to see if he was breathing. So how do you know he was breathing?
At 8 o'clock this morning?
No, all night.
I seen his chest moving.
It's okay to tell us what happened. It's okay to tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Listen,
put me on a lie detector test, and so I can tell you.
That don't mean nothing. Come on, Chrissy. come on, listen. I get it. Well, you know what? I can't say I get it because I don't get it. That you got 5 kids at home. Shantae, you got 5 kids you're taking care of. You, by yourself. Like Detective Beaver said, you're taking care of your boyfriend's kid. And that's his kid. And you're doing the right thing. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do? What do you want me to do with your kid? You know what he does to you? He puts it on you. That's what he does to you.
That's not fair.
He puts it, and it's not. It's not right. It's not right. We're not saying you're a bad person. You're not saying we're trying.
That's what it make you. Okay, that's what it seemed like.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You know what we're trying to do? We're trying to figure out what happened. That's all it is. The truth. Just the truth.
And I told y'all the truth.
But the problem is that don't make sense. It's not gonna. It doesn't work like that. 6-year-old boys, 6-year-old girls, they just don't die. They just don't. It just don't happen like that. They don't come in with towels and say, where do you want me to put it? And then lay down with your son, watch football, and die. It just doesn't work like that. There's something, whether you gave them something or whatever, there's something that happened somewhere along that night from when they got home. Something happened. That's what we're leaving out. So if you think we're coming at you like all this kind of stuff, you did this, you did that, just tell us what happened. That's it. That's all we want to know is what happened. The truth.
And I told y'all.
Could you have gotten into the ecstasy?
How many was left?
How many should be there?
4.
There should be 4. What about the oxys?
I don't know. Maybe, I think 13, 14.
13 or 14.
6-year-old kids just don't die. That's what the detective says. And he's right. Healthy children don't eat dinner and vanish overnight. But here's the thing. Kyrie wasn't 6. He was 7. And the fact that nobody in this room can keep his age straight tells you everything about how little attention was paid to this boy when he was alive. The detective is begging her to explain the inexplicable. She can't. Because there is no innocent explanation for a child who goes to bed fine and stops breathing by morning.
The melatonin, your son takes 2, you said sometimes?
Yes, but
Okay.
that's the gummies.
That's the gummies? Okay. Did they take them themselves? Or did you give them to them?
I give them to them.
You give them to them? Okay. Now they're kept somewhere where they can't get them themselves? Or somebody couldn't get them? And they just stopped taking them?
Yes.
Okay. So,
And I don't know how many they got of that left. If it is some left.
Where is it kept?
In the cabinet, in the kitchen.
so if somebody wanted these, because you were in the room when Tyree came in from the shower, you were in your room playing on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no way that you could think of that he would have gotten to the drugs by himself, right? Because you're in the room.
Yes.
And you ain't gonna let some kid take drugs, right?
No.
Okay, right. That's what you're gonna do. And the melatonin and all that kind of stuff, they're in a spot where you're gonna know kids take stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
And if Jay Sean sees something unordinary, he would have told me.
Jay Sean, okay, right, because he's a good kid and he's your son, so he's gonna tell you. So let me tell you, so if something comes out in toxicology and all that kind of stuff down the line here of drugs in the system and all that kind of stuff, well, there's only one person who would have access to it, right? And who would that be?
Me.
You would be you, right? So you're saying here right now, you gave him nothing. No drugs, nothing's gonna pop up in there.
No.
Nothing whatsoever. I just don't get it. I just don't understand how you got kids, man. You gotta help me. I
can tell you.
You gotta help me figure out, and I'm not coming at you, I'm just asking you. You got 3 kids, unfortunately you lost 2 in the past. You got your protective mom, you got a 6-year-old, right? You showed his eye kind of like half open, half not waking up, and then you're not calling for help. You gotta help me understand that. Not once, I'll even give you once, but not 4 times throughout the night, leaving them in the bathtub and going to sleep. You gotta help me understand. Tell me, convince me And it's not that I don't know. It can't be I was scared. Because you're a grown woman. You take care of kids.
I wasn't thinking.
Okay. Well, you have to be thinking something.
My mind is every fucking where.
Okay. Well, your mind was everywhere to call Tony.
I only called Tony last night and this morning.
Right. For help.
You knew enough to check on him. You knew something just wasn't right.
Right.
You knew I'll give it to you. You see his chest rising. You know he's breathing. But you knew something wasn't right with him.
Yes.
Because you know that a 6-year-old just does not just wake up. Right?
The detective just boxed her in with basic logic. Melatonin's in a cabinet. Kids can't reach it without help. And if anything shows up in Kyrie's toxicology, there's only one adult who had access. But here's the thing the clip doesn't tell you. Shantae had already lost 2 children before Kyrie. 2. That's not conjecture, that's her history. And yet here she sits, unable to explain why a 3rd child in her care stopped breathing. The pattern isn't coincidence. It's a body count.
Answer, okay? And if it spreads out, that's not so truthful. Do you see any that really spread out here?
The middle.
This one?
Yeah.
And can you read what that question is to me? Read it out loud.
Do you give Kyrie any drugs or medication? I didn't give him nothing.
Well, what are you thinking about on that question that would make it do that? Did you give him something?
No. I didn't even feed him last night.
Well, what were you thinking about here?
I didn't give him that. Y'all lying on that. I did not give him nothing.
I'm not lying. How am I lying?
That's crazy. I didn't give him nothing. You can even ask my son, my kids. I didn't give him nothing. That's not right.
Well, I need to go tell these detectives the results. And it'd look a lot better if you had some kind of explanation for me.
What?
It'd look better if you had some kind of explanation for this.
I don't have no explanation. I didn't give him nothing.
So why'd you have all that stress on that question?
I'm nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. If you feel my heart, I'm still pounding.
Well, yeah, if you're nervous, it'd show on all of them, but you see, it's really only showing on the one question there. It's not showing on all the questions. You see how they're peaking and this one spreads out?
That's not right. You have to retake that. Because I didn't give him nothing.
Look, if you gave him something and there's a mistake, let us know.
I didn't give him nothing.
I mean, what you did makes no sense. Who leaves a child in the bathtub overnight? Did you leave him in the bathtub overnight? Did you leave a child in the bathtub overnight?
Y'all trying to pin this on me. That's what y'all
I'm
trying to do.
asking you a question. You made a mistake. You know, there's a big difference here between people who made a mistake and somebody who did something intentional. And we're just trying to figure out which one you are.
I'm not no killer. I don't do nothing to no kids. I know for a fact I didn't give him nothing. Why would I give him something? I didn't give my own kids nothing. That doesn't make any sense. I have nothing against him. I love him like he was my own child.
I'm not saying you gave him something to kill him. I'm saying maybe you gave him something to calm him down.
I didn't give him nothing.
He didn't have his medicine for his ADHD, right?
I didn't give him nothing.
Did you give him something to calm him down?
No. Y'all gotta redo that. I know for a fact I didn't give him nothing.
Ma'am, I was at the autopsy, okay? He's a perfectly fine, healthy kid. Nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. And why was he in the bathtub?
My son suggested that we should put him in the bathtub.
Why?
I guess to wake him up, because it seemed like he was in a deep sleep.
So you couldn't wake him up, am I right?
Right.
Okay, so what happens? You can't wake him up.
Yeah, me and my son had put him in the bathtub.
How old's your son?
10.
Your son's 10?
Yes.
Why did he tell you to put him in the bathtub?
He was thinking maybe he should wake up.
And what'd you do when he was in the bathtub?
He was still breathing when he was in the bathtub.
Did you put water in the
yes.
bathtub?
Yes.
And how long was he in the bathtub?
All night. But he was still breathing. Last time I checked, he was still breathing at 4 o'clock. Before I had went back to sleep.
So did you sit with him the whole time he was in the bathtub?
I had laid it back down in the bed.
Was there water in the bathtub?
No, it had emptied out.
A polygraph examiner just showed her a chart where one question spiked harder than every other. The question about giving Kyrie drugs. And her defense? I'm nervous. But nervousness shows across the board. It doesn't isolate to one specific question about medication access. That's not anxiety. That's recognition. The examiner knows it. The detectives know it. And somewhere in this room, Shantae knows they know. She asks for a retake like this is a driver's test she can study for next time.
Why was he still in the bathtub?
I just left him there. I didn't want nothing to happen. Because I thought like, if I would have took him out in the bathtub, it would have got worse. He was still breathing.
Why didn't you call 911 when you couldn't wake him up?
I was waiting for his dad to come home thinking that he was going to be able to wake him up.
Well, what'd you do to try to wake him up?
I just like hit him on his thigh and I filled the bath water up.
You didn't shake him any more than that? You just barely tapped him on the thigh and put him in the bathtub?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you did?
Yeah.
So you didn't shake him or anything? Try to revive him, get him up?
I don't know how to revive nobody. I never took CPR.
Well, shake him to wake him up.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And you shook him pretty good?
I didn't want to do too much.
And he didn't wake up?
Mm.
And then you're telling me you take the advice of a 10-year-old to put him in the bathtub instead of calling 911?
Yes.
And you leave him in the bathtub all night?
Yes.
You don't see anything wrong with this picture?
I should have called.
You should have called when?
Around 8 o'clock last night. Well, after 8:30 last night, after I got off the phone with my boyfriend, I should have called 911.
And you know why people don't usually call 911 right away? Usually when they're trying to hide something.
Trying to hide what?
You tell me. You put them in a bathtub. That's usually what you do with somebody that's overdosing on something, right?
I don't know. I never been around nobody that overdosed.
And then you leave them in the bathtub unattended all night, right?
It wasn't intended. I kept on checking up on him, make sure he was still breathing.
To make sure he's still breathing.
Yeah.
So you know there's a pretty bad problem, right? You realize this isn't normal, right?
Yes.
And you didn't call 911.
Yeah, well, I didn't call until 8 o'clock this morning.
When he was deceased?
Yes.
So you sat and watched him, not being able to wake him up, and waited till he was deceased to call 911, is that correct?
Yes.
Why?
I thought he was still going to be up when I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning.
And what is...
Because he was breathing all night.
But you couldn't wake him up.
Nothing.
You couldn't wake him up, right? You couldn't wake him up. Ma'am, if you made a mistake. You know, if
I
you gave
didn't
him
give
something
him
just to make
nothing.
him sleep,
I didn't.
right? Because look, we got two kinds of people. We got those that make a mistake,
I don't even want to talk no
and
more.
we got an animal that would kill a kid and sit here and lie about it. Now, I don't think you're the animal up here.
Well, that's what y'all making it seem like I gave him something, like I meant to kill him or something.
Nobody
I don't
said
know.
you meant to kill
He
him.
went to sleep last night, and then he would wake
Did you
up.
give him something
I
to calm
didn't
him
give
down?
nothing. I didn't. I just made a bad decision. I should have called him last night. I didn't call. That's the only thing I did wrong.
And you're the only person that would have had access to medication in the house, right?
Yes.
So if there's medication in his system, where'd it come from?
He had to get it. I don't know
Where'd he
how.
get it? I don't think he bought it on the street.
Why would you say that?
You're saying he had to get it. I'm saying, well, he didn't buy it on the street.
It was in my house.
Right, but you're the only one that had control of it, right?
Yes, but I didn't think. He don't get up in the middle of the night. I was there at the house. I don't know how he would have got it.
Did you give him something?
No, I did not.
Sleep?
She just admitted the only thing she did wrong was not calling 911. But that's not a minor oversight. That's not forgetting to pick up milk. A 7-year-old was unconscious in a bathtub for nearly 10 hours, and she watched the clock run out. When detectives give her the exit ramp, maybe you gave him something to calm him down. She doesn't take it. She doubles down. And here's what stays with me. Kyrie trusted her. He walked into that house expecting a weekend. He got a death sentence no child should ever receive.
Shantae, even your mom doesn't believe you. She doesn't. Even your mom does not believe you.
My mom do believe.
She doesn't believe you.
Yes, she do. I was just talking
Do you want
to her.
your kids to search one day on the internet about you and find out child murder? Is that what they want? You want them to see? Or was it a mistake? Did something happen?
I didn't give him nothing.
Then what happened?
I told you what
Because I'm
happened.
going to tell you right now, that toxicology is going to come back and it is going to show something in his system. It's not if there's going to show something in his system, it's going to show something in his system.
Y'all gonna blame me for
So,
anything.
what and
Just
how?
go ahead. I didn't give him nothing. I already said it.
What and how?
What you want me to say?
I want you to tell the truth.
I did. I didn't give him nothing.
Then what happened to him? Because he didn't just die. A 6-year-old child does just not die. You even failed the polygraph machine. You even
Man,
failed that.
y'all forced that. Y'all forced
bullshit.
that.
Bullshit.
Ain't no fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Just fucking arrest me. That's what y'all want to do. Just go ahead and do it.
What? I don't want to arrest you. I want justice for a 6-year-old boy. It's justice for a 6-year-old boy that thought of you as his mother. That wanted you to protect him when he was there in your house. And you failed to do that. You failed to do. No, you're a 33-year-old woman with 5 kids, or 4 kids, okay?
Yes,
and you don't just make a stupid decision.
I always make a stupid decision.
And you know what?
Look at my fucking record.
A 6-year-old boy is dead because of it. Will never have a wife. Will never see his mother again. Will never be able to play with your son
Just go
again.
ahead and arrest me. Just go ahead.
So what happened last night? Because you can explain it
Go
now.
ahead and arrest me.
You can explain
Go
it now.
ahead and arrest me. I already told you.
You can explain it.
Arrest me.
You can explain it now.
Arrest me so they can fucking kill me in prison. Whatever.
Shantae, you can explain
I
it
already
now.
told you.
Now is the time to explain it. Not when that toxicology comes back.
Let me know when to come back.
And what's going to be in there.
I don't know. Just blame me for whatever is in my house.
What's in your house?
Whatever it come back. Just blame me for it.
What's going to be in his system?
I'm
Like I
telling
said,
you,
it's not
I don't
if.
know. Whatever you find, just blame me for it. Because I don't know what was in his system. Only thing I did wrong, I did not call the paramedics.
This little boy was gasping for air, dying right in front of you. He was dying right in front of you.
And I didn't even know.
You knew.
No, I didn't.
And you were afraid. You were scared.
That's the
And
first
Tony
time
put you
this
in that
shit
position.
happened. The first time.
What happened?
This incident. I don't know how to think when I be under pressure like that.
Shantae, that's
I was
not an
fucking
excuse.
scared.
Shantae, I understand that, but that's not an excuse.
Just arrest me so they can kill me in prison. That line right there. She's not begging for mercy. She's not offering a confession. She's performing victimhood in a room where Kyrie's body is still at the medical examiner's office. And here's what the clip doesn't tell you. Shantae's appeal was denied. 12 years. The system looked at everything she said in this room and decided justice meant watching her serve every single one of them. For a boy who called her mom.
Whenever it come back, just go ahead and blame me for it, because that's what y'all going to do. I didn't give him nothing.
Shantae, look at me for a minute. How can you explain?
I can't.
Hang on. You're a reasonable person. Okay, you are.
No, I'm not. Nobody
You weren't
will
last
believe
night.
me.
You weren't last night. But how can you explain from him going all bubbly and happy to being dead?
I don't know. I didn't give him nothing.
Then what could he have taken in that house?
I don't know.
Because you can't explain that. Only you can explain it. Only you.
I didn't give him that. If I would have gave him some, I would also give it to my kids.
No, you wouldn't have, Shantae.
Why wouldn't?
Because they weren't running around.
Oh, my 5-year-old act just like him. My 5-year-old act just like him. That's why I don't go out in public.
Shantae, we're here because of a 6-year-old boy. That's why we're
I
here.
understand that. I don't know what happened.
It's your responsibility to know what happened. Did you make a mistake? Did you make a mistake?
I made a mistake for not calling when I should. That's the only thing.
And when should you have called?
Last night at 8:30.
And when did you call?
8 o'clock this morning.
At what time?
I don't know exactly the time.
What time do you think?
I don't know, 8.
Right.
A little after 8.
How many hours is that? 12 hours. 12 hours.
12 hours. She said it herself. 12 hours between the moment she knew something was wrong and the moment she finally picked up a phone. And in those 12 hours, Kyrie Gordon lay in a bathtub while the woman who was supposed to protect him went back to bed, checked on him at midnight, went back to bed. Checked on him at 4 in the morning, went back to bed. By the time Tony walked in and covered his face with his shirt, the window had already closed. What you just watched was a woman who had every opportunity to save a child's life and chose not to take a single one of them. The detectives laid it out in the simplest possible terms. A healthy 7-year-old does not go from bubbly and happy to dead without explanation. She couldn't give one. Not because she didn't know what happened, but because the truth was worse than anything she could admit to in that room. And here's what haunts me about this case. Kyrie was in the foster system. He'd already experienced more instability in 7 years than most people face in a lifetime. When he started calling Shantae Mom, he was reaching for something he desperately needed. Permanence. Safety. The kind of ordinary weekend where a kid goes to the park and comes home tired and falls asleep knowing someone will be there in the morning. Instead, he got a bathtub and a woman scrolling Facebook while his body shut down. The medical examiner found blunt force trauma to the abdomen, internal bleeding, the kind of injury that requires immediate intervention. Every hour that passed was an hour Kyrie's chances slipped further away. By morning, there was nothing left to save. Shantae's appeal was denied in full. She is currently serving 12 years for aggravated manslaughter. The system looked at everything she said in that interrogation room and decided she earned every single day of that sentence. No early release, no reduced charges. 12 years for a boy who trusted her. What this case underscores is something we keep seeing in child welfare tragedies. The people closest to vulnerable children are often the ones who fail them. Community advocates have been pushing for better caregiver vetting and monitoring processes since Kyrie's death. Whether those reforms come fast enough to protect the next child remains to be seen. Kyrie Gordon deserved a weekend at the park. He deserved McDonald's and a bath and a bedtime story. He deserved to wake up Sunday morning and ask for pancakes. Instead, he got silence and neglect, and a woman who chose her phone over his life. If this case left you as unsettled as it left me, you might want to see what happens when a mother makes an even more deliberate choice. I covered a case recently where an 11-week-old baby ended up at the bottom of a well, and the woman responsible thought she'd simply walk away from it. She was wrong. I'll leave that one linked for you. For Kyrie Gordon, 7 years old, he deserved so much more.